everyone, this is Tony from her Homestead Skills, and another gorgeous autumn day. The color of the leaves are just amazing, but it's getting cool, and you know that the cold weather is approaching. Won't be long now before it's too cold. Anyway, I've got another little segment on thrift store purchases, and I'm going to start off with some cute little ramekins that I purchased, and I have a specific plan for these, which I probably will show in another video, but I got 4 of them, and once again they seem to be fairly new. They still had a sticker on the bottom that I had to wash and peel off, so if used at all, very lightly, and they are a pretty. I managed to find 4 of exactly the same ones, so I picked up all 4 of these. And as I said, I do have some plans for these, which will be in another video. Along with this, yes, I was looking for small containers for a specific purpose. And the next small containers I found, which I actually prefer, is these little Pyrex dishes, and I found 2 of them, and they also have lids. So I much prefer Pyrex or Corningware or something with a name that I'm familiar with that can go in the oven, come out of the oven. Anyway, these are, I may use these along with the little ramekin dishes for my plan. But I was actually very pleased to find these. Too bad I couldn't find more of these and less of those. Okay. Another interesting piece, and I had it lying around for a day or so, and Mark happened to spot it. And he said, "Oh, a project piece, eh?" And I said, "Yeah, it is." So I found something that there isn't too much of out there these days, and that's an old cast iron. And this one has no rust, virtually no rust, but it's in poor, pathetic shape. It has all kinds of buildup along the edge here, and it is not a valuable piece at all. I doubt it was a valuable piece when it was new, but it is a project piece for me, so I'm going to see if I can strip this down to no seasoning and then re-season it and see if I could make it into something that is worthwhile. I do like the size of it, and but as I said, it has a lot of grunge built up and a lot of, I don't know if it was just never cleaned when it was used. Anyway. Definitely a project piece. Now, I understand that there are a number of methods of stripping the seasoning off totally, and that's what I want to do. One of them being using lye, and I definitely have lye, like making a lye bath and letting it sit in that, but lye is such a dangerous, I mean, I use lye to make soap, and it's very tricky. You have to be very cautious with it. Even one little tiny granule on your skin can burn pretty badly. So, and of course the other issue is, where do you dispose of the bucket of lye water afterwards? I really have no place to dispose of that, and I don't want to throw it down the sink. So that is out. Another option that I've heard of is to bake it in the oven, and that is probably the one I'm going to try. And the third one is to get third one that there's more than that, but the third one that I might attempt, should putting it in the oven not do the trick for me, is to get a garbage bag and put it in a garbage bag and then spray it with oven cleaner. Now that's the same effect as lye, except that it's a whole lot easier to dispose of the garbage bag with the spent oven cleaner mixture. Like, oven cleaner does have lye, and that's why it works as well. So, but that is once again my secondary option. My first one would be just to turn on the oven at 450 degrees, or as high as I can get it, and let it bake in the oven for an hour or two, let it cool down, and I understand probably put a tray underneath it in case anything bakes off and falls off. You catch it in a tray rather than having to clean the oven as well. So that would be my preferred method. So I'm going to see if I can clean it and then re-season it and turn it into something marginally nice. I don't think it'll ever be a great piece because it was never a great piece to begin with, but it is a good test piece for me. And as Mark said, it's a project piece. And should I run into something worthwhile, I'll have some background on to how to bring these back. Now, the ones that I have purchased in the past that had a mild bit of rust, just a little bit of scrubbing, I managed, and seasoning and scrubbing and seasoning, I managed to bring them back beautifully. But this one is one that I will be stripping down to the bare metal, and I have not done that with any piece yet. Okay, the last item on the agenda, which is probably one of the most interesting, is that I was out and about and I had my son phone me and say, "Hey, Mom." And I said, "Hi, son, how are you?" And he said, "Great." He said, "I ran into this woman who was disposing canning jars." And I said to her, "Oh, my mom does a lot of canning. Would you mind if I took them?" And she said, "Help yourself." So he dropped them off at my home while I was out. And when I got home, I found a lovely couple of packets of brand new, unopened gin jars. So there were 2 full packages, completely unopened. Okay, here's the second one. So 2 full packages, and they're the new ones because they're the new style, which says that they are the smooth size. So that's this last year's model. So 2 full packages and 1 half pack. So 6 were taken out of this and 6 remain. Completely unopened, completely unused. Awesome. I'll take free canning jars any day. Anyway, that was a very nice surprise. And I guess I'm going to have to make some dinner for my son or something. Anyway, this is Tony from her Homestead Skills. I hope you enjoyed this little segment and hope to catch you on the next one. Bye for now.